you open a bottle of bubbly?
Great question, and I'm looking forward to showing a few answers today. And you're saying, well, why am I holding this to hold a bottle of bubbly? And the reason I want to describe this is the importance of what goes into making a sparkling wine and why it is so precise on how you should be taking care in the opening of the bottle. And first I want to show you is that a lot of times people say, hey, a sparkling wine, you need to chill the sparkling wine. And why do we need to chill the sparkling wine? Well, the thing I'm showing here is this bottle is actually a bottle that I just took out of the cellar. It's warm. This bottle here is getting a little condensation and it's chilled. And the reason I'm showing this is we have an instrument that we're able to use here in the winery that actually measures the pressure of the bottle. A typical champagne is between 5 and 6 atmospheres of pressure. Well, when we ferment it, is at 6 atmospheres of pressure. And then for the consumer to open it, typically we're between anywhere from 75 to 90 psi, which is 5 to 6 atmospheres of pressure. So what I'm doing right now is I'm attaching this instrument to be able to measure the pressure. So you think maybe I'm putting up a Christmas tree here by putting in these little prongs in the side, which it's very identical. That's what's reminding me is putting a Christmas tree up. So I get this all attached, got this up, and now I have my pressure gauge here, and I'm going to start to I'm basically taking this prong and putting it through the top of the cage and the cork, and we're able to actually measure the pressure. And this is something from a sparkling wine producer we care about because we need to have control measures, making sure that all our sparkling wines are fermenting properly and that we have nice pressure. So as we get closer here, it's getting harder and harder, meaning that we're getting further. Oh, here we are. So now we're showing here a pressure of about 4.6 bar of pressure. Well, that is when a bottle is just sitting here. You saw I did not shake it. Well, all of a sudden, as if I decide to shake this bottle, I'm not dancing. I'm just shaking it. All of a sudden, it's even going higher. So with this bottle at warm, and like I said, is your typical bottle is going to be between 5 and 6 atmospheres of pressure, which again is around 75 to 90 psi. And just to get an idea of a car tire is around 35 pressure. So the pressure in a bottle is much greater than what's in a car tire. So you think of having a blowout with your car and it goes boom. That's what's happening in the sparkling wine. So here you're talking about a warm bottle. We're at this much pressure. And now you're also going to know, since I don't have multiple gauges, this is probably going to make a little bit of a mess. And as I release this pressure to the atmosphere, here, well, it's not too bad because it's a small hole, but you can see that the bottle, the bubbles all being released. So I'm going to take this out and we're going to put it in the cold bottle. And from this, it's going to show that, hey, we have a chilled bottle. Besides knowing that sparkling wines taste much better being chilled than they are warm, but they're also much better, they're much safer to be opening them. So I need to put my spike in here to be able to go through the cork back on here. Because ultimately, when we open a bottle of sparkling wine, first of all, you don't want to lose any of that good product. I mean, you're looking forward to drinking everything that's in the bottle. But also, secondly, is when you're letting a bottle open up very quickly, you're releasing all these bubbles. And that's what we're working very hard here at the winery, is we're working very hard to perfect all these bubbles. And so we don't want you to lose the bubbles themselves either, besides be able to have more wine to be able to drink, but also we want you to be able to enjoy every bubble that was meant to be in that bottle. So as I get this one all attached, and we're going on to our second Christmas tree here, and as I get this safely attached to be able to show you what the pressure in this chilled bottle is going to be, and as I turn this, and we are able to get this down here, we should be able to see that the pressure is considerably less because the wine is chilled. Here we are. So now, where before we were up over 4 bars of pressure, here we're down well below 3, 2.5, 3. So almost half the amount of pressure is in the bottle because it's chilled. And that tells you how much force is in that's going to come out on that cork. So it's very important, number one, is that your bottle is chilled. Right there is you're going to deal with the less pressure. Number two is you don't want to shake the bottle. What if you dropped it in the refrigerator or dropped it on the ground? You know, the pressure's already coming up. Or it's like, hey, let's celebrate today. Let's open this bottle. The pressure's even going higher. So we just always need to not shake the bottle. You want it chilled and don't shake it. So we have a new bottle here that is chilled that I'm going to show you actually how I would recommend to open it. So number one is this is a flying projectile that can come out because when you release this cage, the wire cage is holding this cork in. And once you release this cage, that pressure that I just showed you is basically wanting to push this cork out. So, number one is when you want to open this, is you always need to make sure something is covering it. We recommend the champagne opener. That's what we use in the tasting room. That's what I always use. But not everybody has this by them. But typically you have a towel. So the second method would be is put a towel over it and then come in under the side here and then undo the wire cage. That would be the second method. And if you didn't have a towel, at the very last thing is keep your hand over it. You got to keep your hand over it the whole time and keep your thumb on it. Don't just take it off and then just start talking, because if this comes out, it's a flying projectile, and seriously, it can throw someone's eye out. So our recommended procedure is to use a sparkling wine opener. So you can see as I have it over the top, and so you need to do it this way, because if you do it sideways and all of a sudden I lose grip, well, it's going to go out. Well, here, if I have it this way, it's very difficult to lose grip, and it's only going to go one way. So I have this open, the cage, make sure the cage is loose, and then the ideal situation is to open this very slowly. And you turn the bottle and let the cork come up. And so as I come up and turn the bottle, voila. And now we're keeping all the bubbles in the bottle. And that's what we really, truly want you to appreciate and enjoy, is the bubbles that are in that sparkling wine. And so as we pour the bottle, we open it without losing our bottle. and we have some beautiful bubbles. Cheers.